Hey guys, welcome back. So let me bring you a highly requested topic today, that is how to create an invoice in Wave for every new order in WooCommerce automatically. Guys, if you are an e-commerce store owner, you already know that creating and managing invoices can be really time consuming and repetitive. So here I'm going to show you an automation which you can set up really easily without any coding, and you can automate your invoice creation process. So let's start. To set up this automation, we are using Pabbly Connect, and this is the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. If you want to reach the dashboard, you can sign up for free from the given link in the description, and from here click on this create workflow button. Here you can provide a suitable name to your workflow. Let me give a name here. So here I have given this name. Now let me click on create button, and you can see the workflow page is loading up. And on this page, guys, you will find the basic building blocks of our automation, the trigger and the action. So guys, trigger is that event which starts the workflow, and the action is the automated response of the trigger. So in this trigger section, you have to select that application in which the trigger event is occurring and the trigger event. And in the action window, you have to select the action application in which the automated action will occur. Okay. So I have created a workflow for this process. Let me show you that. So this is the workflow. This is how it is going to look like. Here in the trigger, I have connected WooCommerce with the trigger event as new order created. So this means whenever a new order is created on my online store, this workflow is going to trigger and start working. And after that, it is going to create invoices in WooCommerce. But guys, before creating invoices, first of all, it's going to check some conditions. See, whenever you are going to get a new order, the person who is ordering for anything can be a already existing customer in your Wave application, or it can be a new customer. So there are two conditions. Okay. First condition is that the customer is already present in our Wave database. Second condition, it is a new customer. So for those two conditions, we need to create two different paths of automation. Here I have used router feature of Pabbly Connect for creating two different paths. Okay. And before that, for checking this condition, I have applied this action in which we are going to search for the customer with the help of the email coming in the trigger. Okay. And here in this action window, I have used lookup table. So let me show you sequentially what is going to happen. So guys, to connect WooCommerce in the trigger, you need to follow these steps written here. So let me show you the steps. First of all, you need to reach your WordPress dashboard, and from here find the WooCommerce plugin, and from the plugin click on settings option, and under the settings page you will find this advanced tab right here. When you open the advanced tab, you will find the webhooks section. Okay, let me open it. Here you will find the webhook section, and under the webhook section you will find this add webhook button. Click on it, and here you have to add your webhook URL that you got here in your workflow. Okay, so you just have to name this webhook connection that you're creating. You can give any name. I am giving new hook. Then you have to make the status of the webhook as active, and here you have to select the topic as order created. Topic means on which event you want to send the data from WooCommerce to your workflow. So I want to send the data whenever the order is created, so I'm selecting order created as the topic. And in the delivery URL field, you have to copy this URL and paste it here like this. Okay, then select the API version as version 3. Then click on save webhook, and your webhook connection will be created. Okay. Then you have to click on this capture webhook response button, and it will start waiting for response. Okay. It will start listening to your store, that whenever a new order is created, it will be captured here. So after clicking here on this capture button, you need to manually place an order. Okay. So you have to manually place an order from your store. This is my store. This was one of my product named as Eclipse coffee mug, and I have placed an order manually, and it is not a real order, it is a test order. Okay, it is a fake order, you can see, you can say. Okay, and as you are going to place the order will be captured here in the response section like this. Here you will find the data about your order like this. Here it will show you the total price, status of the order is processing because it is not shipped, and here you can see the address details of the customer that I have added, the payment method, and all other details related to the customer is also fetched here. Let me show you. Here is the name of the product. Okay, and the date of the order is here, currency details are here. Here you can see the name, first name of the customer, test was the first name, last name was user, phone number, email address, everything will be captured here like this. Okay, now after getting the data, I have used lookup table, which is a feature of Pabbly Connect. So in the action window, you can just search for lookup table and then select the action event as lookup table only, and I have created a table of these labels and values. Why I have created this table and how, let me show you here in this workflow. In this blank workflow, just in the action step, search for lookup table and the action event as lookup table only, then click on connect, and here this is how it will appear. Now why we are creating this lookup table? Because here we are going to use this data in the further steps here in this router. Guys, actually when you open the router, and under the router you will find this action window, the last action event would be to create an invoice in Wave. So when you are going to create an invoice, you will require the product ID here. Okay, you will require a product ID. So we are getting the details of the product here like this. In the trigger, we are getting the details of the product, but we are getting only the name of the product like this. We are not getting a product ID. So we have the product in our store, and we have added the corresponding same products in our Wave applications database as well. Okay, to set up this automation, you must have the same products in both applications. Okay, now corresponding to this product, you must have a ID of the product in Wave application, and it is going to be used while creating the invoice automatically. For this to happen, I have created this lookup table. So in this table, when you create this table, it will ask for the lookup key. Here you can map the name of the product, and in the result, it will give you the corresponding ID like this. Okay, let me show you the whole process here. So here in this label, it will give you this label value pair. Okay, with the help of these two things, you can create a table. So in this label, just put the name of the product, find the name of the product from Wave or WooCommerce, wherever you want. I am copying the name from WooCommerce. Okay, put this here in the label field. Okay, and in the value field, you need to enter the ID of the product. Now where to find the ID? Just click here in this plus icon and another action window will appear, and here to get the ID, what you can do, just to get the ID, connect with select Wave here, select the action event as create an invoice, click on connect. From here select add new connection, then click on connect with Wave, and it might bring you to the login window if you are not logged in, but I have already logged in here, so it will just ask me to provide the access. So from here click on allow access, and you can see we are getting connected. All right, and after getting connected, it will ask you for some details like selecting the business name. So my business name was Pabbly. The customer's name you can select. This is not of any use. The thing I want to show you here is this line item product ID field. Here it will show you the list of the products that you have in Wave. Okay, so suppose that you want to have the ID of this Eclipse coffee mug. So select this Eclipse coffee mug and then toggle this map button to on. and here you will find the ID. So just copy this ID from here and paste it here in the previous lookup table. Paste it here in this value field like this, okay? So one label value where is created for this product. Then click here on this plus icon to add one more label, and here select the next product. So our next product was this LED bulb, okay? So put the name here in the label field as LED bulb as it is, as you have in your store and in Wave, okay? You can see. Now in the value we need the ID, so just select LED bulb here and toggle this on and you will get the ID. Just copy it and paste it here, right? This is how you can create a table, and after creating the table you can delete this step. It is of no use. We have used it just to get the details of the product IDs, okay? Right, and here's how you will create the table, and in the lookup key value key field you can search for any key which is present in your table, and in the result it will show you the corresponding key value pair. Let me show you. So here in this lookup key field I have just clicked and I have mapped the name of the product from the first step. Here you can see the trigger step is appearing like this. When you open it you can find the line item's name or the product's name. Here you can see here is line item name label. You can just click on it to map it like this, and when you click on save and send test request button like this, it will show you the response as this, and here you will get the result label and the result value. In this value you will get the ID, right? So after that guys, I have used this action window, added another action window, and here I have connected with Wave. I have already shown you how to make the connection, and I have used the action event as get customer by email. Why we have used this? Because we are getting the details of a new order in the trigger, and we want to find that if this customer is already present in our database or not, okay? So guys, after getting connected, here it will ask for the business name and the customer's email. So here I have manually added one email address, and I have copied this email address from my Wave customer section. Here you can see the customer section of Wave, and I have copied this email ID and I have pasted it here. And then after pasting the email ID of already existing customer and click on save and send test request button, it will show you the response like this. And here you will find all the details about the customer along with this customer ages node ID label, okay? So when the customer is going to exist, the response will give you this node ID, and if the customer is a new customer, the response will look like this. Let me show you. I'm just altering the email address here just to show you the demo, and click on save and send test request. Okay, so this is a new email address I have entered, and now you can see the response is showing this data business ID. It is not showing the node ID label. Okay, so if there is a new customer, the response will be like this. You have understood the difference. Now let's move forward. Now for these two conditions, we have selected router feature and we got two routes. Now to set up the routes, click on set filter and action step. So for the first route is for the condition that the customer exists. Okay, so how to apply this condition that the customer exists, just open this filter, and here it will ask you to select the label and select the filter type. So when the customer exists, how the data will appear? Let me show you again. Let me just erase this extra thing, and this is the already existing customer I have. You can see, right? This is the already customer we have in Wave, okay? And here I am clicking on save and send test request button, and here you can see the response. We got this node ID. Now come back to the first route, click on set filter and action steps, and here let's apply the condition that the customer exists. For that, select the label, click on the select label option, and from the last step select the node ID label and make the filter type exists. Okay, so this filter is going to check this condition that in the response of the previous step the node ID label exists, then only continue the workflow, otherwise stop. Okay, otherwise it will switch to the second route. So click on save and send test request button to check the condition, and here you can see it started showing the condition is true. Now when this condition matches true that the customer already exists, we want to create an invoice for that customer. So in the next action step, I have connected with Wave again with the action event as create invoice with basic details. Then I have selected the business name, and here it has asked for the customer ID and the product ID. Now I have already let me show you where to find these things. So guys, when the customer is going to be already present here in this response of this last step where we have searched for the customer, you will find this node ID label, and this same node ID is going to be mapped here in the Wave customer invoice creation step in the customer ID field like this. Let me show you. Let me erase this. From this third step, map this node ID here. Okay. For the product ID, we are going to use that step where we have created the lookup table. From the lookup table's result, map this result value in the product field. Okay. After that, you can provide description of the item here. You can map the item's price, quantity, and currency, all three things from the trigger step. Invoice title also from the trigger step. You can create an invoice title like this using the name of the customer. Okay, and you can map all the things if you want, or you can leave these things if you want. Then click on save and send test request button, and you will get this response. An invoice will be generated in Wave. Okay, you can check that. Similarly, set up the second route. Now for setting up the second route, you need to recapture the response with the new customer's data, okay, which is not present inside the Wave's database. For that, you have to you can recapture the response of this trigger and manually place the order again with a completely new email ID. Okay, then you will get the response here, and then in this here in this third step, map the customer's email coming from the trigger in this customer email section. Okay, this is important. Map it here. Okay, so you can create the first route by copy pasting the email address from Wave, and for the second route, recapture the response with completely new email address and map the label here. It is really important to map it, because when you map the labels, with every execution of the workflow, the labels will be updated and new data will be fetched and your workflow will run properly. That's why we need to map the data. Okay. So after mapping the data, when you click on save and send test request, and if the email address is completely new, it will not show you this node ID as I have already shown you. Okay, it will not show you this. So here in the second route, you just need to change the filter type. Okay, this is the second route, and here in the filter type, I have selected the same response from this third step. I have selected this node ID. Okay, node ID, and here it's selected the filter type as does not exist. So when this condition matches true, that means customer does not exist. And when you click on save and send test request button, it will show you response that condition is false. Right now the condition is false, but when this condition matches true, what we want to create a customer first, then create an invoice. Okay, this is how you can automate the whole process, and it will save a lot of your time. So when the customer does not exist, we are going to create a customer first by connecting Wave In the action window with create a customer as action event, map the details coming from the trigger, map the same labels, not to worry, map the same labels here because they are going to change in real time. Map the same labels, okay? Then you can click on save or check your connection by clicking on save and send test request. You have to actually click on save and send test request button because in this response, it will show you the new customer ID here. And we are going to use it here in the next step where we are going to create the invoice. Here you can map the customer ID from the last step, not from the lookup table. Here you have to remember, map the customer ID from the last step where you have created the customer, like this, okay? And you can map the product ID from the lookup tables result, okay? Then you can map the necessary things from the trigger, and then you can save this whole automation and you are done. So you have to set up this automation only once, and after that it will work automatically whenever you are going to get a new order on WooCommerce store. So here you can see a quick recap. Create trigger as a WooCommerce new order created, apply a lookup table, create a lookup table for orders or for products IDs, okay, and I have shown you how to do that. Then create wave again to search for the customer already present, if it present or in wave or not. Then create routers for these two conditions, okay? And I'm going to paste the link of this same workflow in the description so that you can clone this workflow in your own free Pabbly Connect account and start using this automation instantly. Guys, thank you so much for watching our video, and please let us know how our automation ideas are helping you in the comment section. And if you have any queries related to this application, please ask your queries from this forum link, and do check the pricing of this application from this link. And guys, we are open to ideas. If you want us that we should make videos on other aspects of your business, please do let us know in the comment section. And if you like our work, please subscribe to our channel.